towards understanding the mysteries of the universe and empowering us to shape a better future for the generations to come. I welcome you to the celebration of knowledge, innovation, and the spirit of inquiry as we gather here today to commemorate National Science Day. This day holds a special place in our hearts as it marks the discovery of the Raman effect by the renowned Indian physicist Sir C.V. Raman on 28 February 1928. Today, at our RIMT University, we are celebrating National Science Day in collaboration with Punjab State Council for Science and Technology. The theme for National Science Day 2024 is Indigenous Technologies for Viksit Bharat. We take great pride as a group as torch bearers for scientific research and education. I welcome our Chief Guest, Pro-Chancellor Sir Dr. Vijay Agarwal, Vice Chancellor Sir Dr. Gobindgarh, Pro-Vice Chancellor Sir Dr. D.S. Bhaswa, Registrar Sir Professor Rakesh Mohan, Dean Academic Affairs Dr. Jeevanand Mishra, Director IQAC Dr. B. Vikram Singh, respected deans, entities, faculty members, and my dear friends, to this first day of National Science Day celebration. The lighting of the lamp is a cherished tradition that transcends time and culture, symbolizing the triumph of light over darkness. I would like to invite all participants to please come over the stage for the lamp lighting ceremony. Please, sir. Thank you everyone for your presence. I would request Dr. B. Vikram Singh to please come on the stage for the
Thank you very much. So on this occasion of National Science Day celebrations, first of all, I would like to thanks as well as welcome our Honorable Co-Chancellor Sir, Dr. Vijay Agarwal Sir, Vice Chancellor Sir, Dr. Gobindgarh, DC Goyal Sir, Dean Academic Affairs Sir, Suja Sir, and all the Honorable heads and deans of this university and dear students. So good morning to one and all. So basically I will just quickly go you around today's activities and tomorrow's activities of National Science Day before welcome address of our Honorable Dean Academic Affairs Sir, Dr. Jeevanand Mishra. So basically this year's theme of National Science Day is Indigenous Technologies for Viksit Bharat, adopted by our Ministry of Science and Technology. So we are celebrating this National Science Day, which is catalyzed and supported by and funded by these councils of Punjab State Council for Science and Technology, National Council for Science and Technology Communication, Department of Science and Technology. So on behalf of School of Sciences, School of Engineering, we extend heartiest welcome to one and all heartfelt gratitude and blessings before this commencement of this event. So I seek blessings of founder of this land, Shri Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji, and Sarjada Baba Chandrayaan Singh Ji, Baba Fateh Singh Ji, and Mother Ji. So we are inspired and guided by our Honorable Chancellor Sir, Dr. Mahendar Pal Singh, Co-Chancellor Sir, Vice Chancellor Sir, Pro-Vice Chancellor Sir, and Registrar Sir. So these national celebrations are as per the itinerary given over here. So we are going through this session, in our session of the event, which is during which CPS is our Honorable Chancellor Sir, and this our inaugural session is presided by our Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, and all other events are scheduled according to this itinerary. And tomorrow we are having this scientific session in the afternoon, and this is our guest speaker, expert speaker, which will deliberate on the topic of Mission Chandrayaan and indigenous technologies. So he is eminent scientist of UR Rao Satellite Center, Indian Space Research Organization, Bangalore, and he was instrumental and critical. He played a very critical role in Chandrayaan 3 also. And this is another speaker during very session, Dr. Deepan Panda. He's scientist from Institute of Nanoscience and Technology, ESC. And this is guest of honor and project scientist from Punjab State Council for Science and Technology, and she will join us tomorrow in very session. So basically, NSC theme for this year's celebration reflects the strategic focus on promoting public appreciation for science, technology, and innovation, and engagement of Indian scientists who address challenges through homegrown technologies for the well-being of one and all. That is the Bat Badla. And with these words, I thank all those students and their committee members and honorable authorities who guided us and inspired us for such occasions. And now I would like to invite and request our Honorable Dean Academic Affairs Sir, Dr. Jibanand Mishra. So please give a welcome address on this occasion. Mishra sir.
Science is significant in the lives of each and every person on the earth. Even sometimes when we don't know, we may use science and its applications in our daily lives. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, students, Pro-Chancellor Dr. Agol, Pro-Vice Chancellor Dr. B.S. Bhatia, and Vice Chancellor Dr. Bora, esteemed colleagues, distinguished guests. So I stand before you today both as a Dean Academic Affairs and as a scientist on this auspicious National Science Day celebration. It's an honor to address this gathering celebrating the legacy of Sir C.D. Raman, Chandrasekhar Raman, and the remarkable contributions of Indian scientists to the field of science. So National Science Day holds a special space in our hearts as it marks the anniversary of Sir C.D. Raman's groundbreaking discovery of the Raman effect. The 28th February 1928, for which he got the Nobel Prize in 1930. This discovery not only brought international recognition to Indian science, but also laid the foundation of future scientific endeavors. It serves as a reminder of the power of curiosity and the impact that a single individual can have on the scientific landscape. So as the academic affairs, I always emphasize upon an environment that nurtures curiosity, critical thinking, and innovation among our students. So our educational institutions play a vital role in setting the future generation of scientists and researchers. Let us collectively strive to inspire a passion for scientific inquiry and instill a sense of responsibility towards the progress of knowledge. Simultaneously, wearing my scientist hat, I am reminded of the power and potential of science that to transform the world. Today we commemorate not only the discovery of the Raman effect, but also the spirit of relentless inquiry that defines the scientific community. Let us reaffirm our dedication to advancing knowledge, pushing the boundaries of understanding, and addressing the challenges that our world faces. In this era of rapid technological advancement, collaboration and interdisciplinary approaches have become paramount. As we mark National Science Day, let us pledge to break down silos from our collaboration across scientific disciplines and work towards holistic solutions that benefit our society at large. So let us celebrate the joy of discovery, the thrill of exploration, and the unyielding spirit of inquiry that defines the scientific endeavor. May this National Science Day inspire us all to reach the new heights, contribute to the collective food of knowledge, and make meaningful strides towards a brighter and more sustainable future. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So now I would like to request our chief guest of the inaugural session, Dr. Vijay Kumar sir, for inaugural address on this occasion.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm very pleased that we are organizing this National Science Day celebration here in the university. Science today is much more multidimensional than it ever was. And the theme of today, this celebration is indigenous technologies for Viksit Bharat. We enjoy the benefits of science to the society in our everyday life. So apart from celebrating the science and the discoveries of science, I think we must also use this day to express our gratitude to these scientists, hundreds and thousands of scientists who work day and night to make our life more comfortable and give us more benefits of their research. So let's express our gratitude to all those people who work diligently day in, day out to achieve such successes. In case of indigenous technologies from Viksit Bharat, the two examples are very recent. One is during the COVID, when we had this virus attacking millions of people around the globe. And Indian scientists, virologists, medical scientists, and others worked tirelessly to decode what is this virus and to develop the antidote to kill that virus so that we can protect our people. That's a classic example of the teamwork and how the indigenous technology benefited the society for our country as well as for other countries. The second example, again, you will hear a lecture on Chandrayaan from one of the scientists at ISRO, is not only that we landed on the south pole of moon, but the cost of this mission was much, much less than what others had experienced. So therefore, this is all because of the hard work of people working in different organizations to make such missions successful. The future, if you know in today's newspapers also you must have read that India successfully launched the trial of Agni-5 missile, which can carry multiple warheads. Now the technology per se is to develop the missile, but a key critical component in this technology or many others is the chip, the semiconductor. I was reading a book, its title is Chip War, and the author is Chris Miller, who is an international historian. He has written a very detailed book on how the chip manufacturing started way back in 1960s in what is called today Silicon Valley, and how it has progressed over a period of time in the last 65 years. Today, the biggest manufacturer of silicon chips is Taiwan, and of course many other countries, South Korea, Japan, US, and others. The future of any technological invention centers around these chips. And I read somewhere in this book, when this chip manufacturing started in 1961 in Silicon Valley, one chip had 4 transistors on it. And it says, today the chip in Apple iPhone 12 has 11.8 million transistors on it. That means more computing power. And the chip technology is very crucial in defense as well as space apart from our daily life, as we see whether it's a mobile phone or our laptops, or things have become much more powerful than they were a few years back. So there are multiple dimensions of science, it's research, and it's a teamwork these days. Any technology that you see is a combination of contribution from different sections of scientific and research community. So wish you all the best. I hope you will have useful deliberations, interaction, competitions during next 2 days, and we look forward to some insights of this Chandrayaan mission from scientists at ISRO. Thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your insights into the latest developments made by UR as far as indigenous technological advancements are concerned. So before going to the expert talk of Mr. Mahendar Pal Singh, who is an eminent scientist at Indian Space Research Organization, Bangalore. So before his talk commences, so I would like to introduce all of you about his achievements in very brief. So let me read it out. Mr. Mahendar Pal Singh, senior space scientist working in reliability and quality assurance, mechanical group of UR Rao Satellite Center, Delhi. Born in 1965, he received his primary and secondary education from the village Karnpur of Kashipur Tehsil, Uttarakhand. So he completed his mechanical engineering in 1985 and joined ISRO in systems reliability and quality area in August 1987 at Bangalore. So he was part of mechanical quality assurance team for assembly, integration and testing of Chandrayaan 3 and was also responsible for its safe shipment to Sirhind for the launch. Mr. Mahendar Pal Singh was also part of Mars orbital mission Mangalyaan, Chandrayaan 1, Chandrayaan 2, Keynes and Aditya L1 mission. He was project manager, quality assurance of INSET 3D, Mars orbital mission and EMISAT and deputy project director for HFSAT. So he was deputy to European Space Agency ESA French, Vienna for the launch campaign of INSET 3D spacecraft. So he specialized in quality control and quality assurance activities of spacecraft structure, subsystem hardware, assembly, integration and testing of spacecraft and has worked on most of the communication, remote sensing, advanced meteorological, navigation and scientific satellites of Indian space program. So he is a recipient of 2 gold medals for his technical papers presented during Indian Engineering Congress at Institution of Engineers, Bhubaneswar, and IIT Kanpur in 1989 and 1990, respectively. So he is a recipient of ISRO Team Excellence Award for design and realization of cryogenic passive radiant coolers for advanced meteorological satellites, and recipient of appreciation certificate for his contribution for Mars orbital mission. So it's a brief of these accomplishments which I have shared with all of you. So now I would like to request our eminent speaker from Indian Space Research Organization to kindly deliberate with us, share with us his views, his ideas, his experiences at that eminent research institute of India, which has made every Indian proud, not only within India but all over the world. So I would like to request now Mr. Mahendar Pal Singh to kindly start with your presentation, sir. Thank you very much. So you have joined us. We are highly indebted and grateful to for your kind presence. Thank you. So please welcome me. Yes, it is visible now. It's visible now, sir.
So, good morning to all of you, and congratulations to all the dignitaries and the students for the National Science Day celebrations. I will be covering the Chandrayaan 3 mission overview. You can see here the lander rolling down out of the lander module. So basically, the mission of Chandrayaan 3 was a safe and soft landing on the south pole of Moon, rover roving on Moon surface, and in situ scientific experiments. Chandrayaan 3 mission had the launch vehicle LVM-3, and the Chandrayaan-3 module covered 3 elements. One was propulsion module, whose mission was actually to carry the lander module till lunar orbit and get it separated. And then lander module was consisting with the rover, and its mass was around 1750 kgs, and mission life was 1 lunar day. So lander and rover life was 1 lunar day, where a rover mass was around 26 kg and mobility with 6-wheel drive with skid steering capability. And this was the composite of the bottom portion is of a propulsion module, and the top of it is a lander which is supposed to land on the moon, and the rover was housed inside the lander module. So there was 6 scientific instruments which was put onto the mission. 3 payloads were on the lander, 2 on the rover, and 1 instrument was on the propulsion module. So I'll just show you a small video how this mission started. The journey of Chandrayaan-3 was actually started with Chandrayaan-1 in 2008, which was having around 8 payloads, 6 from India and 2 from the other countries. And this is the LVM-3. In the top of this place is the Chandrayaan-3 housed. It was assembled step by step in the vehicle assembly building. And from there, it is now being moved to the launch pad. Launch pad is a bit away from the vehicle assembly building. As when launch happened, lot of fumes and fire burns. So no nearby building can be placed there. So it is housed around half a kilometer away. So you can see here, it's a tall launch vehicle is standing without any side support from anywhere, and it is being moved. So this outside shell is called heat shield, or the fairing, which takes care of the satellite during the atmospheric journey. The side are the booster rockets, and stage 1, stage 2, and then the cryogenic stage.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Plus 5 seconds.
Lift off normal fuel tracking.
Auto tracking.
Auto tracking. Stage performance normal.
Auto tracking.
L1 turn stage ignited.
Plus 2 minutes.
L1 turn stage performance normal.
Sorry, sir, video is not visible to us. Your PPT is visible to all of us.
200 stages are
It is
separated.
visible.
Group guidance initiated.
Is it not visible?
No, sir, I think we can go ahead with the PPT presentation itself so that it goes uninterrupted. So I think it will be better propagation because here I think some technical issues are.
Okay, so this was the actually mission profile. So Chandrayaan-3 was put into an elliptical orbit around 250 and 27,100 kilometers. And it was, when it comes to the near perigee, this point is called perigee and the opposite side is apogee. So when it comes near perigee, we do burn the engines. So it's called earth burns. So there was around 5 earth burns and to the elliptical orbit, and by 6 earth burns, it went to the deep space, covering the 384,000 kilometers of distance and going to the lunar orbit. here it was injected in the lunar orbit, again in the elliptical orbit, which was around 250 to 1,32,000 kilometers. And slowly it was brought down to 100 kilometers of circular orbit. And then bring it down to around 30 kilometer of orbit in the elliptical orbit, where the lander was separated from the propulsion module, and then it was brought down. And this was the basically the power down schedule. From 30 kilometers, it brought down to power descent mode. And when it was around 800 meters away, then it was made to hover and find its location where it should land, because it should not land in any of the surface, uneven surface, where there is a chance of falling it down. And it's supposed to search a space leveling surface and then land it. And that hovering was done, and then finally the spot was selected. So at sharp, as it was planned, it was landed smoothly on the south pole of moon. This is the flight parameters, spacecraft injection parameters by the launch vehicle and the orbital parameters achieved. This was the propulsion module covering a thrust cylinder and a pressure and tanks outside here. Solar panel to give the solar, and there was thrust engines all around four sides. And then this is the other side image. So there was a payload, shape payload here to scan the, basically collect the data from the other bodies, space bodies, for the habitational data collection. And this is the equipment panels housed, the all electronic systems are housed inside. And there are 4 22 Newton thrusters and 1 440 Newton engine. So through this engine only the earth burns are carried out. This is lander module configuration. There is a cylinder and a lot of this is reaction wheels. A lot of antennas and other sensors have been put on this. And there is these are the thrusters. There are this is the solar panels. Solar panel around this, the blue color you see, and then coming down to the rover. This is the solar panel to give the solar energy, and there is a battery inside here. You see the basically the chassis of aluminum honeycomb, and power generation is around 50 watt by the solar panels. And there's a lithium ion battery of around 10.5 ampere hour, which was to manage the power of power electronic systems. All electronic systems are visible here. You can see them. And there is a 6-wheel drive, and there was a rocker bogie mechanism here. And even if there is around 50 mm obstacle comes on the way of these wheels, they are capable of overtaking it. And there were many mechanisms put into it, like hold and release mechanism, pop-up mechanism, rocker bogie mechanism, differential mechanism, solar panel deployment, and wheel drives. All these mechanisms worked perfectly. And I am happy to say here that around 400 mechanisms have been sent in space on various spacecraft, and all the mechanisms so far have worked successfully, continuously, around 400 mechanisms. And onboard electronic system, there is a single card comprises of NGC, telemetry and telecommand, BDH and SSR functions. There was navigation cameras. These are the navigation cameras. Two cameras are put here to navigate it. And then inclinometer and rover imager. And there is a transmitter and receiver for two-way communication with the lander through microstrips. So these rover can communicate with the lander, and lander can communicate with the propulsion module as well as on ground, on Earth. So there were two payload here, APXS and LIPS, that is I'll be covering here. So 3 payloads were there on lander called Ramba, that is Legmure probe to measure the near surface plasma, ions and electrons density and its changes with time, and to carry out the measurements of thermal properties of lunar surface near polar region. The chased. Chandra's surface thermophysical experiment instrument was put on it, and instrument for lunar systematic activity was put on lander to measure the systemicity around the landing site and delineating the structure of the lunar crust and mantle. To derive the chemical composition and mineralogical composition of the lunar surface, APXS alpha particle X-ray spectrometer was put onto the rover, and laser-induced breakdown spectroscope was put to know the composition of the lunar surface regarding magnesium, aluminum, silicon, sodium, calcium, titanium, and iron elements in the lunar soil. Propulsion module was having a payload shape called spectropolarimetry of habitable planet Earth. This is to get the data of habitable planets. It was basically capturing the data of Earth because Earth is habitated. So if a similar planet exists in the universe, so our next missions, this data will be put on that, and that instruments will be designed to get the capture if any other habitable planet or habitable element is there in the universe. This is the pictures of flight modules which was launched. You have a propulsion module here, the lander module and the rover, and this is the integrated module. This was during various core testing and integrated core testing and hot testing, and this was the leg testing, leg drop test. You can see here actually the it has to land on the lunar surface. Its engines only are basically supporting it to be away from the surface. Otherwise, it will fall down to control the speed. But at one point of time, we are supposed to put off the engines. Then only it will land. Otherwise, it will not land. So, once we put off the engines, how accurately we put, because we will be on depending on the instruments only, how far it is from the lunar surface. If distance is more, it will fall with more velocity, and it may break its leg or it may topple down. So to avoid all such risks, we were building the basically impact in this leg base. You see here this to absorb the impact of the landing. So this was successfully carried. A lot of tests was done, and it was finally the system put here was successfully done. If you know, there were two more missions have been sent to moon. One is by the Americans, which was landed ulta, which got toppled, and it was found in the reverse direction on the lunar surface. And once mission was sent by Japanese, which one leg got break, and in turn it broke its antenna, and finally the lander was not able to communicate with the ground. So no communication. So it was a like a mission gone. So that way we had done a lot of tests on this to ensure that even if it falls on a single leg, it should not topple and it should be able to withstand the loads. After Chandrayaan 3, we had sent one Aditya L1 to Sun mission to study the Sun, and which has traveled around 15 lakh kilometers, and on 6th of January 2024, we had successfully inserted into hollow orbit of Sun, so that it is continuously monitoring the Sun. These are some pictures of a suit payload captured near ultraviolet wavelengths. You see the different colors and the profile of the Sun. I'll try again one small video if it can click. It's a beautiful video. Is it visible? You see here.
No, sir, video is not, your link is not, I think, working. Here, the video is not visible, sir.
Not visible. Okay. I will stop. So ISRO has a lot of programs for research. Basically, it's a research organization, and since its inception, it has identified the academia as its partner for research, and since then established various avenues for research, joint research with the academia and industry. There is a sponsored research programs. There is a regional academic center for space, and space technology incubation centers. Space technology cells are established in some of the institutions and universities. Space innovation centers. ISRO chairs are there in some of the universities. ISC Bangalore, it is there, and Center of Excellence and Advanced Mechanism of Materials, Mechanics of Materials. Satish Dhawan Center for Space Sciences and Center for Nanosciences and Engineering. These are established in various institutions and universities across country, which map is given here, which place where what is there. So I, because I am talking to now with all the faculties and the management of the universities and institutions and all the students. This is a place and opportunity for you to think about and get into the R&D with the partnering with ISRO, where the most simplest way is to join with the sponsored research program. These are the links where all these details are available. And we basically list down all the requirements of our related to science and technology, the innovations required in a booklet called Respond Basket. Respond is basically sponsored research program. And this basket is available for 21, 22, 23. And this year it will be 24. Generally it is in September, it is made out, it is released. And the response is expected by December or January from the academia. And February it is again decided by the joint committees of ISRO as well as the academia to shortlist the programs, identify the programs, and allot the programs to the successful people who have proposed it. So ISRO publishes the focus areas of research in the space domain and seek proposals from qualified academic institutions for joint research. The academia has to identify the principal investigator, and ISRO gives a co-investigator along with that to run the research program. And the project, which project it is, and the timeline required, the budget required, is reviewed by the joint management and technical committees. And accordingly, as the research progresses, the funding is released by the ISRO to the industry or the academia. So this is a nice program, and this year anyway, for the sake of knowledge, you can log into this website and you can download this basket, Respond Basket 22, 23. These are available on that website, and you can go through what kind of research we expect and how you can get into it. Other than that, the government of India has started space reforms, and a lot of business opportunities are there with the youngsters who can have a startups. And there is a special interface has been created by government, that is Indian National Space Promotion and Navigation Center in space. In space is a single window independent nodal agency that functions as an autonomous agency in the Department of Space. It is responsible for promotion, enable, authorize, and supervise various space activities of non-governmental entities, building launch vehicles, satellites, providing space-based services, sharing space infrastructure and premises under control of ISRO, and establishing of new space and facilities. And the agency acts as a interface between ISRO and the non-governmental organizations. We basically handhold the startups, guide them, and if required, technology transfers, no cost, it's all free. We transfer our technologies and make them to build the infrastructure. Till they are able to build their infrastructure, they can utilize the infrastructure available inside ISRO. overall, and the guidance is available. We can go to their premises or they can come to our premises for the guidance. And there are a lot of educational programs initiated by ISRO. There is a UVICA program called Yuva Vigyani Karyakram or Young Scientist Program. It is a sponsored program again by ISRO for school children to impart basic knowledge on space sciences, space application and space technology to the younger generation. And the preference is given to the rural areas. Objective is basically to encourage the younger generation to pursue science, technology, engineering and mathematics as a research or as a career. For the UVICA 2024, the registrations are open. Students who are entering into 9th now, who were in January 2024 in 8th standard, will be writing exams or written examination and enter into 9th. They are eligible, and eligibility criteria is given on the web portal, and there is an application online. Before 20th March, they can apply. Last year, 337 students were selected all over India from 28 states and 8 union territories, and they were put into 7 centers of ISRO along our nation. And from 15th May to 26th May, the program was conducted, and all awareness is about the science, technology, how research happens, and our centers have been shown to them. A lot of exposure, space-related exposure has been given to them. It's a nice program, and if anybody is known to any students who is in 8th standard, please make them to apply this and get into it. There is an online quiz to filter the students in the beginning, and then further based on their other requirements like the marks in the 8th standard and the participation in the national and state level science exhibitions, demonstrations or model making competitions. Based on that, the selection is made. And student internships for the engineering students and computer science students, they can come for internships. Project for the engineering students who are in the final year, either BTech or MTech programs, that is available to them. And student satellite programs. The universities can motivate their students, guide the students to make a satellite. ISRO gives a free launch facility to the student satellites, and all the know-how, guidance, and testing is conducted in our facilities. And there's a facility available for the students and academia. You can come to the any of our center and visit. I invite the students of all RIMT University to visit ISRO, especially Bangalore, my center, UR Rao Satellite Center. This is one of the picture from the people came from Sirhind public school from Nanded last month. So that picture. I really invite all of you to take time and make a program and visit our center. If anybody is interested, they can contact me. I can guide them how to reach here and how to get. I will personally accompany you to show the center.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your very important insights into Chandrayaan and associated technology. I think before going to next legislative address of Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, I would like to invite if you have certain questions from any speaker, so you may please ask any student or faculty member. If you have any question from speaker, Mr. Mahendar Pal Singh, so he has first-hand experience of all these missions which have been launched by India in recent times and previously also. So you are most welcome, Beta. So any student, any one of you, if you want to ask, because he has explored to all of you about not only about the Chandrayaan Mission 3 or technology which was developed within India, but also information related to sponsored research, startup in space business, because now space is being open to this exploration by the private players also. So now the future will be, I think, next generation or next generation will be exploring space like anything. So I think you start thinking in that direction also, and you may join this space research organization because I already shared with you that he started his career after having his graduation in mechanical engineering. So engineering students and students from basic sciences background, they can join ISRO as scientists also. So I requested him yesterday that he please kindly share this information regarding not only how to have guidance from ISRO related to our, academic growth. So educational program for students, which is being offered by ISRO. So you may visit the ISRO's website also, and you may have contact with Mr. Mahendar Pal Singh through myself also, and my colleagues also. So startup student internships which are offered by ISRO, I think we must try to explore all these things. We have dedicated center of this research and innovation with Mr. R.P. Singh vigorously working in that direction. So we are highly grateful to you, sir, for invitation to all of us. So with the guidance and go ahead by our authorities, so we'll definitely plan to visit Bangalore soon with our students, team of students and faculty members. And one thing I would like to know from you, sir, that if you want to have any contact with the ISRO, Bangalore, within Punjab, I think it is in Chandigarh, which is having its chair or center near to us.
Actually, in Dehradun, there is a center, IIRS, Indian Institute of Remote Sensing. And in Chandigarh, there was a ISRO center, SCL, which has been now taken by it was a Sikh entity when we took it. And again, it has gone to now Department of Electronics. So if student wish to visit that, you are welcome. And the director of that SCL is also one Mr. Kamaljeet Singh, Dr. Kamaljeet Singh from ISRO only. He has joined last month there as a director. It's a nice place to visit. Yeah.
Thank you for this information. So at least we can soon visit the Chandigarh Center of ISRO because it is nearby, and it may be followed by further visits to Bangalore, ISRO main headquarters. So now I would like to request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Dr. Gobindgarh Singh. We all would love to see his views, his takes, because he's from medical background, and how we think about these developments as far as space exploration is concerned, because many medical advancements are also being made using these space technologies and other things. So now I would like to request Dr. Gobindgarh Singh, please kindly, sir, share your credential remarks on this occasion. Please give him a big round of applause.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
We all have been here for the Science Day. So first of all, I congratulate each and every one of you on this day. And particularly Mr. Mahendar Pal Singh has given us demonstration of Chandrayaan 2, which is very important for you. Actually, as Chancellor has told us that science is all around us. We are sitting in a room which has got so many things concerned with the science. As a medical student, I want to share is that when I was learning my orthopedics, I am a student of orthopedics, I'm MS orthopedics. At that time, I was told to do surgery by cutting the tissues to reach at the site where the fracture is. But now things have changed. Biology people have told us to save the biology of the soft tissues around the bone. So we go through the planes because biology gives blood supply to the bone. So these facts are changing day by day, and science is playing a great role in our life and it's shaping our life as well. Thank you. Thanks for calling.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So we are now just at the end of this inaugural session of National Science Day celebrations. And now I would like to invite Ms. Aarti Singh. He is Associate Director, Department of Research and Innovation. So he is working in that direction, that how homegrown technologies can shape our society, and how to guide students in that direction, whether they are belonging to engineering or sciences. So now I request him to kindly present vote of thanks in this honorary honor session. Start, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So, here esteemed dignitaries, guests, my fellow colleagues and dear students. Good day to all. And I are saying on the behalf of Team NSD, that is National Science Day Celebration Team RIMT 2024. We honored to present vote of thanks on this special occasion of National Science Day on the theme of indigenous technology or indigenous manufacturing for Make in India, that is called ISRO. So we have to, we have a large, you can say, area where we can design multiple things. We can think and we can ideate or we can input the things for ISRO. So as already deliberated by our esteemed speakers on this day, we celebrate the discovery of Raman effect by Sir C.V. Raman, one of the India's most celebrated scientists in physics, whose work has inspired innovations of scientists in our country and beyond. Such celebrations are not only to remember the achievements of the past, but also to encourage young people or youngsters to pursue their career in science and technology, and to provide them with the necessary resources and platform to excel. And I can easily see the emphasis in our youngster, even from the school kids to the first year student, then to the final year student, to their long list of the participation in various events. So first of all, I would like to thank our keepers, Honorable Chancellor Sir, such a wonderful inaugural speech that how indigenous technology benefited the whole world during the COVID. So same kind of thing is going on day by day by various scientists and various researchers or various engineers or various hobbyists at their places. So I would also like to thank the Vice Chancellor Sir for presiding over the event, then our respected Dean Academic Affairs, Dr. Jeevan Mishra, for the valuable welcome speech, and special thanks. And there is a special thanks to our expert speaker, Mr. Mahendar Pal Singh, scientist at UR Rao Satellite ISRO, Bangalore. So thanks so much for your valuable session and knowledge session on Mission Chandrayaan and indigenous technology, as well as you also mentioned about the R&D programs, available R&D programs for the researchers and the students, as well as for the startups. You also mentioned, sir, that all STEM education nowadays, day by day, is increasing everywhere. I also want to mention especially here that in US and Canada, they are running MBA programs and other programs in STEM education. So now I would also furthermore, I would also like to thank our sponsors, Punjab State Council for Science and Technology, National Council for Science and Technology, as well as DST, the Government of India. So for the teams, I would like also thank for our event coordinator, Dr. B. Vikram, sir, and the event coordinators and the faculty members and our students for organizing this event on a very such short period. So last but not least, I would like to thank to all the audience for gracing the event so to start this celebration. So not taking much of your time, so let's begin the event with the band. So let's make right for the university and focus our ideas for the research part. So participants are required to meet the event coordinators at their venues, and it's already circulated with the students through the Google form, as well as through their event coordinators
they can connect with them and they can join the event and they can enjoy it. So thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Are you with us right now? Are you really listening us?
हाँ जी मैं
Okay.
लिसन कर रहा सी बहुत धन्यवाद
Sir,
very much.
if you allow, may I receive your memento on your behalf, sir?
please.
So whenever you meet me in Punjab or in Bangalore, when we will visit with our team of students, so we will hand it over to you, sir. So for the time being, ceremoniously, may I be allowed to receive your memento, sir?
Please you can.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now I request my chancellor, sir, PCQL, Ivan Mishra, sir. So please, we present token of love to our eminent speaker, Mr. Mahendar Pal Singh, space scientist. So the organization which he belongs to made us proud in the last many years, and hopefully with Chandrayaan, it will be another milestone we will achieve. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So now please be with us for a photograph. So you are with us there on the wall.
सर इस कैमरे से आ जाओ इस कैमरे से आ जाओ
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
हाँ जी,
So
thank you.
now this is end of the inaugural session, and now students are requested to kindly move at the venue so that we start with the. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.